In a world where adorable, anthropomorphic animal friend games exists, there will always be a rival to challenge the throne of what is considered the best version of that game. And who might be the one who dares topple the pillar of cozy gaming life? A long-forgotten game all about locked doors. Magician's Quest, a game I only heard about very recently. It came out on the DS in 2008, reaching North America and Europe in 2009. Seeing how the DS and the 3DS are my favorite consoles ever, I was surprised that I had never heard of this game. Apparently it didn't sell very well over here, and as soon as I saw this game, I instantly fell in love. I adore this. This aesthetic is everything to me. I love magic and witches and cute little characters, and I just fell in love. If I knew I would be isekai'd into this world, I would dive headfirst in front of a truck in a heartbeat. Anyways, once I saw it, I fell in love and desperately wanted to play. Oh boy. So I got my hands on the game, so now I can finally play it. Totally legally. Don't worry about it. The controls of this game might look a little wonky on my totally legal DS, okay? Don't worry about it. Shut up. Time to start the adventure. We start out by meeting our principal, Mr. Soul. He's the son. Alrighty, that looks like me. I can officially start my life as a student to learn magical spells. If you've heard anything about this game, you've probably heard it's an Animal Crossing clone. And that's not totally wrong. You can have a room, you can customize, change your outfit, you got cute little animal friends. The biggest difference is, rather than this being just a town or an island or something, they're all your classmates. Alright everyone, it's time to meet the squad. Barkley, he puts the horns into horny. Susie, businesswoman extraordinaire. Wyatt, heart of gold, head full of rocks. Molly, afraid of commitment. Kevin, honestly has a lot of common sense. Brownie, needs to work on self-esteem. Hey, I don't remember seeing you around before. What's your name? Critter, huh? Well, I'm Brownie, huh? I bet you were actually trying to ignore me, right? Why would you say that? That is so sad, hun. You gotta care about yourself more. Fifi, the sweetest, cutest, most lovely girl ever. Oh my god, she's so sweet. Grimble, I honestly don't know if I can trust this guy. Thor, seems to actually have everything figured out. Anson, preppy rich boy. Rodney, little fucking rad. Honestly, the characters are, without a doubt, the best part of this game. Similar to Animal Crossing, but I actually think Magician's Quest is much better in this regard. First of all, the characters all have totally unique designs. It's really apparent with the faculty and the shop owners. They're so unique. Not only because they're like inanimate objects, that dude is a light bulb. That's awesome. But also, everyone has unique shapes to their designs. Animal Crossing is very sort of samey when it comes to silhouettes. Obviously, it probably helps with designing and creating new characters, but looking at them all, you can really tell each species shares one model that essentially just gets painted on in different ways. I understand why some people like the uniformity, but I always found those different unique villagers a little bit more interesting just because they stood out compared to the norm. With Magician's Quest, every character is unique. There's always something about them that makes their silhouette different. The geometry from the boys to the girls are wildly different. Nearly every character has some sort of hairpiece or headwear or article of clothing that's entirely unique to their model. It makes each character feel way more personable compared to the sea of similar shapes seen from Animal Crossing. The other thing Magician's Quest does better is dialogue. There's 6 personality types for each gender, and there's also sub-personalities, making everyone feel a little bit more distinct from each other, especially compared to Animal Crossing that only has 4 personalities for each gender. Nothing drains the personality out of Animal Crossing more than when I run up to Tank and he goes, "Yo, I like to nickname my abs. I got Abby, Abner, blah 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 blah." Then I run over to Rold standing next to him and he goes, "Yo, I like to nickname my abs. I got Abby, Abner, blah." Then I run over to Boots and he goes, "Yo, I like to nickname my abs. I got Abby, Abner."
Oh my god, who the hell cares?
The dialogue feels so repetitive in Animal Crossing, especially in New Horizons, which is such a disappointment because it used to be that talking to the villagers was the most fun part. Now, more often than not, I just run past them all the time. Meanwhile, in Magician's Quest, I stopped to talk to everyone constantly. It helps that they all have little speech bubbles to catch your attention. It made me feel like an asshole if I saw Susie calling out to me and I just walked away. Do my girl dirty like that? Hell no, what do you gotta say? Also, even though I talked to everyone a bunch of times over and over and over again, none of their dialogue ever repeated, at least not until after a few days of playing. It gives the characters a lot more personality that way. I mean, hell, I had a whole rundown of each classmate, and those personalities were all distinctly unique from each other. Also, talking to the classmates feels like a real conversation. In New Horizons, I'll run up to like Cleo and she'll say, "Shopping, laundry, oh sorry, I was just making a list of things to do for the rest of the day." And then that'll be it, just 2 measly sentences. I know, cause I've remembered it by now, cause that's all she says. Talking to the classmates in Magician's Quest feels like real dialogue. They give you a whole story. And while you might like the shorter, briefer conversations in Animal Crossing compared to sitting down and listening to a whole spiel from the Magician's Quest classmates, I prefer it because it feels like I'm actually talking to these people. They're not just NPCs in a video game. I'm having a conversation, you know? Time to go to class and learn to be a magician. I'm ready. The class system is actually like really extensive. You have a ton of spell combinations. Each one of these tiles on the menu does or means something, but you can only really cast magic if you do things in the correct order, and going to class teaches you about how to do that. Different spells do different things and helps to solve different problems in the game, which is another thing. There's just so much to do in Magician's Quest. Again, comparing it to New Horizons, Animal Crossing only really boils down to getting money. You fish so you can sell the fish so you can make money, and it's really, really easy to get lots of money in Animal Crossing. It's expected of you to amass millions just to pay off your house, after all. I found gathering and selling items in Magician's Quest to be way less effective when it came to making money. I wanted to get a broom to ride around on, but every time I asked, I was short on cash. I knew I shouldn't have bought those jeans. In Magician's Quest, you can help out at the Emporium and work there, collecting specific items that she asks you for, and then she'll buy those items at a higher price compared to normal, and compensate you further for bringing them to her at all. Look, I saved up my money and I got a broom. I'm riding around on a little flower. Whee! And while decorating is definitely still a big element with this game, it's hardly the most interesting thing. Even just exploring this village was a blast. Discovering weird hidden places. I ate noodles. Heard rumors. Rumors about me? What are people saying about me? I don't remember if I heard anything. Well, that just makes me more worried. Seeing all of these unique things in the town and the shop all already open and totally available to me right from the start, I had so much to see. Which is nice, isn't it? Look at all this actual game I can play. I'm a constant peruser of the r Animal Crossing subreddit. It's delightful, but I often see people saying things like, should I start over? And that never makes sense to me, because restarting the game is the most boring part of that whole experience. It takes like a real week just to unlock the game mechanics and its basic functions. It takes forever to upgrade your houses and your buildings and your shops. Blech! After running around collecting every twig in existence, what else are you supposed to do? There's no shops, there's no villagers. I started off with Sprocket and Cherry, a great starting combo, if I do say so myself. But after I talked to both of them like 100 times, I just sit there hoping there was anyone else on this empty fucking island. Magician's Quest started with 11 classmates. 11! And it didn't tell me that either. I went to class and met Barkley, Rodney, and Molly. Then I decided to run over to the shopping district and ran into Brownie, Fifi, and Anson. And then in the next class I went to, Grimble was there, and then I just stumbled into Kevin and Wyatt, and I only found Thor because I finally decided to look at the map and holy shit, look how big this place is!
That's a huge bitch!
There's a lot of game to see and explore, and they let you explore it at your leisure. No overly long hand-holding tutorials, just the freedom to fuck off and skip class if you want. Screw you, Mr. Soul, I'm gonna go shopping. Time to get a haircut. How much spending money do I have? This is the bank. We'll hold your money for you. Homie, I think you're really gonna hate hearing this one. God, I love the aesthetic of this game. The gray sky, the bright, saturated colors, and these twisted, unique locations. I figured out these little tree houses are actually where the other classmates live. And there's also an apartment complex in town where some of them live too. And I love that. I love it when fantastical games have like really mundane, real-world elements built into it. Yokai Watch is a fantastic example of that. Yes, I would like to ride the train that's a little too realistically boring and stressful. Peak gameplay. I'm not kidding. I actually love it. But yeah, there's just tons to do. I found this haunted house hidden in the back of the village. Alright, ghosts, here I come.
Zoinks!
This gravestone told me to collect the magical remnants of his old body so he can be resurrected with all of his original power, and he promises he won't even try to destroy the world this time. Sounds like a good idea to me. Yeah, Animal Crossing has pirates. But you know what Magician's Quest has? Pirate battles! Damn! I'll get you next time, pirate! Magician's Quest is packed with little things to discover, stumble upon, things change as the days go by, and it's cool. A lot of aspects of the game runs on a weekly schedule, not a daily one. Yes, going into the shops will have new selections for you every day, but the Emporium and your class schedule won't change until the following Sunday. On one hand, I really like this. There are 3 different classes you can take, and they rotate hourly. So, for example, if you couldn't get yourself around to playing the game at the right time your linguistics class was, you still have the whole rest of the week to catch up on that lesson, which is nice. The problem is, I do want more, especially right in the beginning. Only knowing 2 spells that first week, neither of which I could really do anything with, felt like a bit of a roadblock. Similarly with the Emporium, the things she sells here are used for different kinds of spells, and I need a crystal, but she's not selling any crystals this week. Come on, I know you're hoarding them somewhere!
Shut up and take my money!
So while it's a bit of a bummer my magical curriculum is stuck on a weekly schedule, at least there's still plenty to do while playing daily. And while running around the village is tons of fun, I found myself having way more fun just talking to my classmates. Or, more importantly, hearing about the constant gossip from them all. Hey there, what's going on? Barkley and Grimble seem to be an item. Oh my god.
Shut up. Shut up!
The classmates gossip about each other all the time, and you can add to the gossip. They'll ask you what you think is true or not. Sometimes they'll grill you about gossip that they heard about you. To compare it to Animal Crossing yet again, that is one thing that's sort of disappointing with it, is that the villagers never seem to actually do anything with each other. Even when they stand next to each other doing yoga together, or visit each other's houses on their birthdays, they never discuss the other villagers very often, and when they do, it's nothing too personal. The interconnected relationships in Magician's Quest helps to better flesh out the characters even more. Makes it feel like a really lived-in village, you know? And while we're talking about classmates hooking up, don't think you get left out on that action. After befriending your classmates, they'll sometimes ask you to go hang out, and you can just go do things together. You can get food, explore places, visiting locations with your buddy following you around changes what dialogue happens there. So I went on a hot date with Wyatt. We went to the bar and ordered some age-appropriate drinks, danced for a bit, went to the beach, took an excruciatingly long, awkwardly too quiet taxi ride, went to an isolated island where I ran around and foraged mushrooms. A perfect date, if I do say so myself.
To that question, I love.
What's this? Mail? That pirate is back for round 2? I'm gonna totally kick his ass this time. If I win, I get his crystal. Perfect, it's what I've been looking for. But if I lose, he'll take my broom? You son of a bitch, how dare you try to take a witch's broom? I'll show you! Knockout! He took my broom. I'm in shambles. I'm a sham. I'm filled with so much fury. The last big game mechanic is the titular mystery time in these mysterious times. From what I can tell, mystery time happens randomly throughout the week. The internet doesn't have a lot of information about it, and I'm not entirely sure. Suddenly the world is just dark and the sky is absolutely beautiful. Look at these jewels in the sky, that's so pretty. But more importantly, all my homies love Mystery Time because that means school's cancelled. Nothing's stopping the hooligans now. Also, another teacher we have, Mr. Graves, sets up an extracurricular class during Mystery Time, encouraging you to find specific bugs and fish, which is awesome because during this time, strange new creatures will appear, and if you feed these things to the books in the principal's tower, they'll give you rewards in exchange, all of which can be sold at a high price at the Emporium. So I took all my newfound cash and got myself an even better broom. Nothing can stop me now. I am the all-powerful, all-beautiful butterfly witch. But what's really the important part of Mystery Time is the day after. The day after Mystery Time, a special mystery unfolds in the village. It's up to me and the gossip from my friends to solve these mysteries. I happened to be playing on Halloween and this little jack-o'-lantern kid showed up. Hello, little dude, what do you want? He turned me into him? He stole my body! That little pumpkin-headed brat! I'm running all around creation trying to find him so I can get my body back. I bet he's starting rumors about me to all my friends. I bet he's going on hot dates with my body. I finally found him and he was hiding as Wyatt? You steal my body, then you steal my boyfriend's body?
You bitch.
Another mystery I solved was the missing gargoyle statue. One of the statues in front of the school went missing, and I found him sleeping in the cave next to the haunted house. He feels like he's not doing a very good job as a gargoyle because he keeps falling asleep, so I fed him a hearty meal of a centipede and 2 mushrooms, and that got his energy coming back. Another time, I found this slime creature hanging out next to the river called Mokilla Mbambe? I feel like I'm gonna say it wrong. They're named after the mythical dinosaur-like cryptid said to live in the Congo River. Yeah, these two things look pretty similar. They seem pissed about pollution, so that means I gotta do the one thing I hate the absolute most in every video game. Fishing minigames. I hate fishing minigames. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. I don't care what game you're putting into the comments right now, being like, oh, it's not that bad in this game. Yes, it is. I hate it. I've always hated it. And it always shows up so often in gaming. And the only thing I hate more than fishing in games is crafting menus. No! Don't pollute the river. Throw away your trash and recyclables correctly, because this is hell! After fishing up what felt like 1,000,000 cans out of the river, they finally can turn back into the beautiful waterfall goddess she's always meant to be. A real Spirited Away vibe coming from this mystery. I've absolutely adored my time with Magician's Quest, and I fully intend to keep on playing it. There's 52 mysteries to solve, and some of them are seasonal, like the jack-o'-lantern guy. And unfortunately, the wiki doesn't have a lot of information on most of these mysteries. I get that it's because this game was never really that popular in the West, but it's a shame! This game is so much fun. I really have loved everything about this game, and I'm glad I've gotten to share it with you all. I want more people to know about this game, and it's so magical and fun. I can only dream about it getting the kind of love we see with Animal Crossing. Magician's Quest is really its own completely unique game with unique gameplay, rules, and mechanics, and I really love it. So I'm gonna continue to play this game every day if I can. I've had just so much fun just getting the footage for this video alone, and I'm dying to see more. I want to learn more spells, interact with my classmates more, beat up that pirate, get that crystal, make my room look not so dumb, and solve more mysteries. It's just been so amazing. I've really, really loved my time here. I hope you all have had some fun with this video too. It was a little bit different than my usual type of thing. If I could be so selfish, I would love to ask for some fan art. I would absolutely adore seeing fan art of Magician's Quest things on Twitter. Share your thoughts and opinions in the comments. If you've gotten to play this game, let me know what you think about it. What's been your favorite part? Do you agree or disagree about my comparisons with Animal Crossing? I just would love to just have more Magician's Quest stuff in my life. I truly have had so much fun, and I hope you all did too. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.